Hey y'all, it's Melissa King with myEcon back for uh my second week and day number 7 of March Money Madness. I'm coming to you guys every day, either by video or upload. Yesterday I didn't do a video, but I did do an upload. So if you missed it, it was the post that was that said day number 6, and it was about credit, checking your credit. And it was just kind of a reminder that every 12 months you are um, allowed a free credit report. And I shared the link on that post that you can go to get your free credit report. It's very important to know what's going on your credit report. And that kind of ties into what I want to talk about in our 5-minute session today. Okay, so today, um, just wanted to kind of touch on having the talk with our kids. Okay, so most of you guys, if you have children, or especially if you have teens, you have already gotten to the point where you have had to have the birds and bees talk with the kiddos. I was not ready, but when my child turned, let's see, I think when she turned 10, because that's how old I was when I got the talk, which my talk was, I'm not trying to put my dad down, but it was more of a science lesson. He's a nurse. He gave me a science lesson about fallopian tubes and you know, uh, how the egg travels and blah, 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 blah. And at the end of the story, I still didn't know, but how people do it? How do they do it? Where he put it? Anyway, that's a whole nother story. So, to have my own better prepared, I sat down with her, back in, I was 10 years old in 1984. So in 1984, there were books, but there was no websites that you could go to or research you could do to find age appropriate conversation pieces, So by the time my child turned 10, that was in 2020. So, we had all kind of resources available, and I was able to research and practice it first and try to make sure that I was dumbing it down, but not necessarily, uh, well, you know what I mean. I had to make it age appropriate. So, survived it. Okay, so with that in mind, that is not the talk with the kids that I'm actually talking about. The talk that I'm talking about is the money talk, not birds and bees, but FICOs and APRs. That was another talk that I really didn't get when I was younger. And I'm not faulting my parents for not having that talk with me, because they taught me based on what they knew. And, a lot of our parents and grandparents and foreparents or whatever just did not have access to the information that we have access to now. So one of the things I try to make sure I do, and I've done this since she was 5 years old, since I started having a home-based business, I've just graduated the level of conversation we have. But I try to make sure to have a conversation with my daughter on how important it is, how important credit is, why it's important. I've always told her credit is like your financial report card. And based on the grades you get on your report card is how well you'll do in life. Same thing with credit, as far as like FICO, credit scores, credit history. All of that information is important for us to teach our kids while they're young so they can be better prepared than we were. Because I know when I went out and got started, I signed up for every credit card that came through. They gave me all kind of cards, even though I was working at Taco Bell, making minimum wage, which back then was $4.35, and I wasn't working full time. They gave me cards with $1,000 limits. Why? Uh, who knows? Because it was a mistake. But know that I won't have to worry about my child being unprepared, I have those conversations with her now. So I want you guys to put in the comments today, if you have had that conversation with your children, and like if your children are grown or whatever, what age did you start talking to them about the finance talk, keeping your credit good, paying your bills on time, trying to find a car with the lowest APR, when to uh, accept new credit, when not to, you know, the scary payday loans and title ponds, things like that, and how much it really costing them when they do that. So that's my tip for today. I will see you guys tomorrow, and happy Monday. Bye, y'all.